What's good, YouTube? It's Jazzlovesmma here, and here's my full card breakdowns and predictions of UFC Fight Night Perth, JDM versus Prates. Let's break it down. Don Fan versus Cody Steele. Cody Steele coming off that win that loss, sorry, to Rangju. Great fight. What a war. He's a wrestler, dude. He's a wrestler fighter. Don Fan, tall, lanky fighter. Striker, looked really good in his debut. I don't know if you would call it a debut. It was his UFC finale, and he looked pretty good. Pretty good against a dude who looked like a bigger Cody Steele, a big buff Asian dude. Looked pretty much exactly like Cody Steele. Didn't really fight like him obviously, but Don Marfan trains with a good team, and I'm going to take the underdog here and pick Don Marfan by decision. I think he can do what Rangju did, and I think he's gonna bust up Cody Steele, who's a very short lightweight compared to Don Marfan, who's a very big, tall lightweight. He trains with a good team. He trains with Tom Nolan, who's a very I'm high on him. I'm high on him as a prospect, but he's a very good prospect. So I think he's gonna be able to get the win here by decision. Maybe it's a late round finish. He has very nasty knees, has very nasty clinch work. I just really liked his last performance. And Cody Steele hasn't fought in like 2 years. Gonna have to lean Don Marfan. Moving on to Jonathan Malkalov versus Themba Gorimbo. Gorimbo, 2-fight losing streak. Who would have thought? The Rock is gonna take his house back if he doesn't win this one. And I'm going to not even break down this fight, but I'm just gonna pick Jonathan Malkalov by finish. I can see either KOing Themba Gorimbo against the fence or something, or I can see him rocking Themba Gorimbo and then latching up a submission. Themba Gorimbo really isn't that good. Jeremiah Wells was putting hands on him. Luque dropped and subbed him. And I think Jonathan Malkalov can do something similar. He's a very big welterweight. He didn't look that good against Obon Elliott, but Obon Elliott's a very decent outside the rankings guy who I think would bust up and fucking put hands on Themba Gorimbo. Malkalov is goofy. He's like DDP. But I think I can trust him here to get a KO. He hits hard. He has nasty kicks. Very fast kicks. And Themba Gorimbo isn't a threat on the feet. He's pretty shit. So I'm gonna pick Jonathan Malkalov finish, like a round 2 finish, maybe round 1. Moving on to Ben Johnston versus Wes Schultz. Wes Schultz, 2 Dana White Contender Series performances. He got knocked out by Abdul Malik. KO'd in round 1. Came back, fought some dude, got a cool submission. I forgot what it was, like a banana split or something. Then he debuted against Damian Pinas, got KO'd in round 1. He is pretty much a victim. If you hit hard, you're a dangerous striker. He's probably gonna wilt, and he's probably gonna break. Ben Johnson, I believe he trains with Izzy, and I believe he is a Muay Thai very well-known dude. I'm just gonna pick him by round 1 KO. If he's any sort of threat on the feet, he should be able to just make Wes Schultz like cover up and then quit. Curl up in a ball and then Smith back. So prediction is Ben Johnson KO. Moving on to Colby Thickness versus Vince Morales. This is a bit of a tricky one to predict. Vince Morales, he's tricky, man. He's tricky for dudes. He had a very close fight with Elijah Smith. He also had a very close fight with Raul Rosas Jr. Had him in a nasty submission at the end of round 3. Had Elijah Smith in very tricky submissions. I don't think he's going to be able to do it against Colby Thickness, who's had a split. Who the fuck did he even fight last? The dude from the Congo. Short, stocky power puncher. He was getting leg shooter by that dude. So that wasn't a good look. He strikes like his fucking feet are like shattering with every step. That's really awful to see. I don't like that. I don't like that when I'm trying to predict Colby Thickness to win a fight. And he also lost to Alexandre Topuria, who is a very good prospect, who is a short, stocky dude who hits hard. He's not as dog shit as the dude from the Congo, but similar builds, similar type of fighter, somewhat. Obviously, Alexandre Topuria is leagues ahead. Vince Morales doesn't really. I don't think he's really going to be a threat on the feet. The grappling might be interesting. But Colby Thickness is a decent anti-grappler. I think he's going to do good here. He's going to probably just be on the outside and different to win a very close, probably like split decision against Vince Morales, who does well against. I mean, he did well against Elijah Smith, who isn't really necessarily just a grappler. He's very well rounded. I feel like he does. I feel like he doesn't have the. He is the type of fighter to give Thickness these like really big issues. But I think this will be like a close split decision that I think Colby Thickness will just barely get. I think he's gonna be lose maybe like round 2 or 3, getting out grappled, getting out scrambled, and maybe just drops round 1, rounds 2 and 3, he gets to the scrambles and stuff. He trains with Volk, so. Moving on to Jacob Malkoun versus Gerald Meerschaert. No, we are not gonna get a Meerschaert round 3 comeback finish. I think those days are far behind. And yeah, he's just like shit in all his last fights. I don't think he's gonna get slimed out here though. There's a certain type of fighter you have to be to slime out Gerald Meerschaert. Mikhail Olszewski, nasty one-shot hit like power fighter. Hal Dawkins, he's shown to have like a crazy KO power. Hurt Meerschaert, caught him in the Dars. That's the type of fighter you have to be to put away Meerschaert, in my opinion. I think Joe Pyfer even on him. Khamzat Chimaev, just very insanely good. I don't know how he did it. Even Rainer DeVito was able to like drop Meerschaert, but I think this is going to be very similar to the Brad Tafar's performance, where he just kind of got decisions and couldn't really get anything off. I think Jacob Malkoun is just going to piece him up. Jacob Malkoun wouldn't be able to finish a dying fly in front of him with no wings. I just think he's going to outbox Meerschaert, be the faster guy. He could have finished fucking Finney, who was like pretty much there to be finished. He was like gifted a KO and didn't take it, so maybe he had honor like Yuri. But yeah, I just think he's just gonna outbox Meerschaert to a decision. He has decent grappling as well. He's a grappler, so I don't think he's gonna get like Meerschaert's gonna be able to craft the up here. So the pick will be Jacob Malkoun decision. Junior Toffa versus Kevin Christian. Both these guys have just lost to Elikana. Kevin Christian got dropped and subbed in a round, I believe. Junior Toffa had a moment in round 1 and he was hurting Elikana, outdoing him on the feet. Then he got subbed. I'm gonna have to pick a Junior Toffa here. It's very hard to pick a Toffa, but his stand-up is okay. He is decent. And he showed improvements against Elikana. He still lost it, but he showed improvements, and Elikana is way better than fucking Kevin Christian. Not even just talking about, what like previous fights. I just really believe that Kevin Christian is awful, and he's gonna get KO'd in a round. And we're gonna see Junior Toffa fucking jiggle his way after getting a KO, and then he's gonna act like he's a ranked level guy. And that's what I envision happening here. Prediction will be Junior Toffa KO round 1. Kevin Christian just hasn't shown me anything to make me be able to trust him to out-grapple Junior Toffa, or to even make me worried. Moving on to the last fight of the prelims, Cam Brownson versus Robert Prichuk. I like both these guys, man. Brownson, tall, lanky, dangerous striker, 2 KOs in the UFC. Petrosky, round 1, I believe. round 2 KO against Cody Brundage. I did not like that Cody Brundage performance. Just getting tagged up by the right hand of Brundage, getting rocked, stumbled backwards. He has tall man defense. He's very tall and lanky. Trains at CKB. Robert Brychuk lost to Ihor Pretoria. That's probably one of the worst losses you could have. Took 3 rounds to KO Tavares. Brad Tavares is tricky to finish, to be fair. Brychuk looked good in that fight. He had pretty crispy boxing. And I think if you're getting hurt by Brundage on the feet, Brychuk can find the right hand over the top. I don't care how tall you are. Brychuk is dangerous. He's going to clip you. He has nasty power. This is power you're going to have to respect. He might have the better grappling out of the two here. So I'm going to have to pick Brychuk round 2, 3 KO. He is nasty. He is dangerous. I do think Cam Rawson's good. But he was able to finish Brundage in round 2. Some people don't. Dante Johnson's a good prospect. He couldn't finish Cody Brundage. Other guys have struggled to finish Cody Brundage. They get put in weird positions where they get like a DQ. Mansour Abdul Malik was about to take it to a decision, had a foul of a headbutt to even get close to getting a finish. Called a draw. You know? I think that Brychuk can find the KO here. He's crispy. He's good. So yeah, Brychuk is going to be the pick here. I'm going to take the underdog. And yeah. Okay. I don't know where this is going to be on the card. This fight just got announced like a couple hours after I did my prediction video. Doing it the next day of recording. I'm just going to pick Marwan Rahiki by round 1 KO. I know this dude, Oli Schmid. He trains with CKB. But Rahiki's been training for someone who's probably a higher level than this dude. Jack Jenkins, very experienced, pretty good, and he's a very well-rounded fighter, all-round very good striker, and it was a very dangerous matchup for Rahiki. So I think he's gonna get a very quick early finish. Maybe this dude is like the next Ethan Ewing that nobody really knows about yet. But I am just going to pick Rahiki around 1 or 2 finish. Will probably be a scrap. Will probably be super fun. Rahiki's recoverability is really good. His power, he's super fast. He has it all. His defense is what's really questionable. Yeah, he should be able to. Oli Schmid, he might just be really mid and get knocked out in the first. I don't know. I know he has 2 losses. I think he's 4-0 from 4-2. I've seen. I was gonna wait for the topology to pop up so I could have actually looked at the record. I am getting impatient. I am just going to record this now. So yeah, when I find out when this fight is on the card, I will be adding this into the video. Back to the rest of the predictions. Moving on to the main card. This fight deserves its own video. Tuivasa versus Louis Sutherland. They found another awful fighter in the UFC. 0-2 actually. They found another 0-2 UFC fighter for Tuivasa. They're feeding Louis Sutherland to Tuivasa, literally feeding him like Taco Bell backstage. Tuivasa should be able to get the win here. Should be able to KO Sutherland. Sutherland's won 2 big moments is rocking Perchik on the feet and quitting, and then getting turned into Anthony Smith. And then his other moment was breaking Walter Walker's leg, and then still getting heel hooks. Tuivasa should be fine here. He has good low kicks himself. He still hits hard. And I can see Sutherland wilting under it, and like in round 1, we get Tuivasa fucking jigging with does a shoey. We're all back on the Tuivasa train. Big feel good moment for fans, for all of us. And yeah, I think it'll be just good to see Tuivasa get a win here. He should, and if he does, this is probably the worst loss. There's another fight like this, I think in the main event, where it was like, it just looked like Gilbert Burns almost. But Louis Sutherland's even worse than Malice, so like, I think I could trust Tuivasa just get a big KO. It's three, like, Lucio is going to take down three bosses like Tyler Teixeira was, so I think it's safe to pick him. Shamil Ghazi versus Brando Perisic. I think Perisic is really good. I am on the Perisic train. It feels like a curse these fighters when I say this. Shamil Ghazi's wins aren't impressive. Thomas Peterson, he's really mid. Donald Mays, Thomas Peterson did better. Donald Mays is shit. Who else does he beat? He just got killed by Waldo, who was on short notice in a round. Perisic hits hard. He's very fast. He's probably faster than Waldo. He probably hits as hard as Waldo. I don't think he's the crisp boxing, but he has good enough striking. Shamil doesn't do good in these type of fights. He does good against fat blobs like Thomas Pearson, who you shouldn't around with. Pearson really isn't that good. I can't name you another good Shamil Gaziev win. He got outclassed by Rosenstruck over 5. Quit round 5. He didn't even make it around 5. So I'm gonna have to pick Perisic round 1 or 2 KO. I didn't like the Sutherland performance, but it's kind of similar to Gazie's Peterson performance. But I do think Perisic is a little bit better. So I'm going to lean and I'm going to pick Brando Perisic round 1 or 2 KO. Moving on to Tim Elliott versus Steve Erceg. I'm going to pick Steve Erceg. People are acting like he's awful at fighting because of his losses. They had a very competitive split decision with Pantoja. If he had a little bit better fight IQ, he could have won. Got knocked out by Kai Kara-France. That is rough. But I'm going to break down Tim Elliott in a second. Lost to Moreno. Moreno's still good. Moreno is still good. He is just slowly declining more and more since his Elmiro Balzi and Steve Erceg fight. Even that, he didn't really look that good against Steve Erceg. Then he bounced back. Odie Osborne. Odie Osborne took that fight at short notice, got to come in at bantamweight. Steve Erceg had to move up a weight class. Erceg not having the biggest frame. Odie being a massive flyweight, big frame, fast twitch. Didn't need the extra 10-pound weight cut. Very much in Odie's favor when it comes to that. Maybe not on the preparation side, but when it came to getting himself ready physically, he had the upside. Tim Elliott, he's tough, he's a crafty guy. Kind of fights like a really shitty Dominic Cruz. Has good grappling, has decent striking, good chin. He's been a dude who's just been a staple of like the top 12 since the UFC was made. It feels like. I just think Erceg is cleaner striking. He's not fucking Asakura, who doesn't know how to grapple. He can offensively grapple, he can defensively grapple. Showed that against Pantoja. Tim Elliott doesn't hit that hard. He doesn't hit as hard as Kai Kara-France. Moreno wasn't putting Erceg out. He was rocking him in moments, but Elliott isn't the striker that Moreno is. I think Moreno is better than Tim Elliott. Current Moreno is better. Odie Osborne, fast twitch, hit very fast, explosive. Tim Elliott isn't fast twitch. He doesn't have any of the physical attributes to give Erceg issues. Erceg can squeak a 29-28 decision here, and I think he will. That's going to be the prediction. Erceg decision, cleaner striking, very good scrambles, very good defensive grappling. I think he's just going to barely outpoint Elliott to decision bounce, and it's not going to be a bounce back, but a bigger win to get himself in like a good streak. I just don't think Tim Elliott could do it. There is value on him, plus 300, just kind of crazy, but I see why people pick him. It's just, was he going to KO Erceg? It's not Kai Kara-France. So, moving on to the co-main, Beneil Dariush versus Quinton Salkeld. Beneil Dariush can crafty it up and survive a decision if Quinton Salkeld doesn't trust his hands and just grapples. If he goes out there and puts hands on Dariush, he will chin Dariush. Unless Dariush magically gets his chin back, he's going to get KO'd here in a round. That is my breakdown. If he doesn't, he will all crafty style KO'd, I think, and barely take a like 29-28 decision. If I meet you on Twitter, good fan, his agenda, his first DM agenda, is in full effect and it goes to 3 for 3, then Dariush wins this crafty decision. He just has no chin, so I can't pick him. BSD performance. That was awful. Getting chinned by that shot. Sorry. Something popped up on my laptop mid talking about that. He just, I don't even know what I was talking about, but the BSD performance. Just an awful performance. Getting chinned by that shot. Quillen can hit hard. He can get KOs. And I can just see that cross the hand show Jubilee with taking out Benil Dariush. Dariush, Iraqi, something to look out for, There might be some minority bias here, so the pick will be round 1 KO for Quillen Southfield. Moving on to the main event. I like both guys, man. I kind of hate this fight. I love this fight as a fight fan, and it's gonna be great to watch. But as someone who enjoys fighters and their careers, I hate this for both of them. I'm going I think Jack Della Maddalena will beat Carlo Prates, and I think he's being incredibly underrated. He has been incredibly underrated most of his career. I think he has all the tools to beat Prates the same way Ian Gary did. I've seen people say he doesn't have the kicks, he doesn't have the size. Yes, he doesn't have the height, but Ian Gary doesn't have an insane reach. He's like midget arms. He's not that much. He is faster than JDM, but JDM is fast himself. He has fast hands and combinations. He has better combinations and better boxing than Ian Gary. I think he has better head movement than Ian Gary. The footwork might go to Ian Gary. Probably does. JDM throws high kicks. He won't make you worry about the high kicks and make you block with your arms. He will do that. He did it against Bilal. He has good combinations in the pocket. Prates can catch him with the cross. JDM's getting caught over and over and over again by Bilal. The knees can be there for Prates. Low kicks, there for Prates. Islam showed it. He's coming off 2 nasty slime outs against Jeff Neal and Leon Edwards. Nasty KOs. He can do the same for Jack Della Maddalena. JDM might be cursed from being a former welterweight champion. We don't know if that's in full effect yet. But I think JDM is just going to win here. He's the better fighter. And I don't want to pick someone just based off feeling or KO. I just know Jack Della Maddalena, better boxing. He can do what Ian Gary did. Prates does good when someone's moving backwards in a straight line. JDM doesn't really do that. He moves in and out. He can move laterally. He's not a linear fighter. He can move backwards in a straight line, then he'll counter you, slip, move to a different angle, counter you for a hook, bump throw a combination. He rips to the body well. I can see a decision or a late round 4, round 5 KO. Not because Carlos Prates will slow down. Prates showed he can push late, but he didn't do anything for the first 3 rounds against Ian Gary. JDM can have high volume all 5 rounds. He showed it against Bilal. He's shown that in all of his fights. He can have a high output. He's great at volume. And yes, he isn't the crazy KO puncher that Prates is. But he has pop. Stinging and fucking mangling the face of Bilal is impressive. Jeff Neal, yes, was rocking and dropping Bilal everywhere. Couldn't get the KO. Prime Luke did. Cool. JDM isn't a sit-down big shot puncher. He has pop. He has thud. He can break people with body shots. He takes power off his shots to throw high volume. He can hit hard. He does it hard. He just does it KO flatline people like Prates, who has that touch of death. And that's what makes this prediction scary. If you're picking JDM like me, you can just touch JDM and he might just fucking go unconscious. And I am worried for that. I like Carlos Prates. Almost said something else. Almost said I like CP. I like Carlos Prates. He's very good. And he's cool. But I think people are very much underrating JDM. His whole run. And I think he's just gonna outbox Prates. He can do all the things Ian Gary did. There's a game plan there for him. He doesn't have the size, but he has longer reach than fucking Ian Gary. Ian Gary has T-Rex arms. JDM doesn't. That size difference thing doesn't really matter. Prates, yes, he does good. But he's getting outboxed by Trevin Giles. He's a 1-2-3 shot fighter. One, move out the way, then 2 shots. There he goes, 2 shots, moves out the way, throws 1. He waves with 1 again, 1 again. He's not a combination fighter. When people put combinations on him, he moves back in a straight line. He did circle well against Jeff Neal, but he doesn't do good against pressure. JDM can counter. He can be on the front foot. He can be off the back foot. He can move laterally, back side to side. I can trust JDM to do that. I can also just trust. And I trust Carlos Prates to not just fucking do fuck off for a couple rounds, like he did against Ian Gary, because Jack is moving. He's putting combinations on Prates. He's breaking, ripping to the body. His body work is nasty. He has better body work than Ian Gary. Ian Gary was doing good with the boxing to the high. Kick, finding combinations up high. JDM will mix it body, head, body, head, body. He switches up very well. I think he's going to piece up fucking Prates. I can see a late rounds finish. Because he hits hard. He can rip to the body. Prates is going to feel those cigarettes. And people, I'm seeing people say he almost lost to Kevin Holland. No, he didn't. JDM, it's UFC fans pick and choose when they want to side with the judges. Judges can be wrong. Everyone says this every weekend. There's always a bad decision or a bad scorecard where it's like, bro, these judges are always awful. But when it comes to JDM fights, the Hafez fight, JDM almost lost to Hafez because he was getting controlled and he didn't lose on the feet. He was fucking up Hafez, who's a drug cheat. Roy Monster. Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland didn't do fuck all. He didn't win that fight. You cannot argue a win for Kevin Holland. JDM fucked him up, outboxed him, outstruck him, landed all the better shots over 3 rounds. It's closer 30-27 JDM, clearer than fucking 29-28 Kevin Holland. That's an awful scorecard. Yes, Burns was up 2 rounds on the judges' scorecards. It should have been 1-1. Is Prates going to grapple here? I think JDM has better takedowns than Prates. Prates has very good takedown defense. That's the difference, right? He has a good dead leg, slips out of takedowns, so I don't think JDM's going to have success there, but the guys who like Kevin Holland that JDM's mainly having issues with are guys who are grappling him. It's some 50-40 fights in because he's a grappler. People are just nitpicky when they decide to trust the judge's word. Get it, agenda posting, slander posting. JDM is good. He's been underrated pretty much all his career in the UFC. Slimed out Randy Brown better than most people did. I'm going to side with JDM here. That is going to be my prediction. And I feel like there's too much disrespect being on it. It's very annoying to see. Because it's just the Kevin Holland fight. He did almost lose that fight. I will ride on that fight. On that take. Bilal, that should not have been a 48-47. He either won 4-1, which I think Bilal took round 4, or he won all 5. That's how it should have been scored. But, yeah. JDM decision, late rounds KO. It's going to be my prediction. Scared, Prates can't chin him early. so definitely worried about that. Let me know your guys' predictions in the comments below. Are you guys riding with JDM? Are you guys riding with CP? Team JDM, Team CP? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, I might not make an instant reaction, like an immediate after the card, because it's very early for me, and I have things to do, and I have stuff to attend to. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that instant reaction. I may make it later in the day. Depends how everything goes. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a comment below, like and subscribe. I don't know what my next video will be. Maybe I'll talk about the rankings tomorrow when they come out, or this may be posted on Tuesday, so we'll see. And yeah, so I'll just catch you guys in the next video. Peace.